We took part in the Young Translators Award last year. Our Year 8 students really loved reading and engaging with French and Portuguese poetry and then using creativity to translate them. And you could tell they were really proud of their work at the end.
Over the course of the sessions, the students engaged in a variety of activities which encouraged creativity, problem solving, and using their linguistic skills.
So for 5 weeks, we did exercises that had them use all the languages they know. Then we used 2 poems to do a translation exercise, one in Portuguese and one in French.
Our students enjoyed using their existing knowledge of languages to be able to dissect the Portuguese language when they were doing their translation projects. And they saw that learning just one language can really make it easier to learn other languages in the future.
Despite having little or no prior knowledge of Portuguese, the students were able to apply cross-curricular transferable skills to infer meaning and listen for rhythm and repetition, as well as bring in their knowledge of other Romance languages to find cognates. Students then had to think about things like synonyms, register, and tone, all the while paying attention to the grammar of the original.
The fact that the translation workshop started with translating texts and poetry literally from the target language into English really drew the students' attention to the grammatical features of the text. This is going to have a really positive impact on those students who are preparing for the new GCSE specification, particularly for those translation tasks that place a greater focus on grammar, where students need that attention to detail on how those sentences are put together and how meaning is conveyed.
One of the highlights for me was seeing the way in which students were able to bring their home and community languages into the classroom and see yet another way in which these can be such a valuable asset.
They were really able to think about the nuances which exist between individual languages, as well as the similarities which can bring them together.
A lot of them were also adventurous and even decided to take, for example, the Portuguese, which they had never heard, probably never spoke, and write exclusively in Portuguese. And it worked out very well, and it was a fantastic experience.
Another fun moment was when we compared the students' efforts to machine translation, and the consensus was clear. Our Year 8s were much better translators and poets than AI.